All right, welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, just a little over 24 hours from now, financial markets are totally going to be changed and probably will never be the same again, right? I'm just kidding. But you know what? Up until this point, literally wherever you were looking in the market, everybody was telling you that the moment the Fed is going to start cutting interest rates, this is the moment the bull market is going to be kickstarted. Well, that moment is just, a day away from happening. So I'm going to be showing you my honest opinion of what is happening here in the market and this big event where everybody is expecting the Fed to cut interest rates, and it's going to be sunshines and rainbows all over the place, right? Obviously, right now I'm talking to JASMY holders, so of course I want you guys to know also what kind of a reaction can we expect from the JASMY price chart. So before I forget and start the analysis, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for JASMY content will now be able to find this video much more easily. On top of that, I want to remind you of the new user limited event that our partners over there at BingX have provided for the crypto fund community, and you could win up to something like $5,400. And on top of that, of course, 300 ton tokens. The event is going to be lasting 13 days from now, so I think you should actually take this opportunity. The link will be somewhere there in the description box. All right, let's get back into the JASMY price. So we are clearly seeing here something like a falling wedge. So yeah, normally I would have actually been screaming that this is very much bullish here for the JASMY price, and you should be expecting maybe the top of the wedge, which was right around 3.6 cents here for the JASMY price. I said normally, right? Now, why is this time a little bit different, right? So yeah, because we've got a big news event that is going to be happening tomorrow on Wednesday. We're going to be live streaming it, by the way, and probably there won't be another JASMY video tomorrow because the market will be super volatile. So my belief is that people have actually talked about this like so many times that I think that this event is already priced in, and if anything is going to be happening, I think it's actually going to be hurting the financial markets in the short term. Now, this may actually be making some people angry and stuff like that, but I was just looking at the data as well and trying to see like what has happened actually in the past when we have got like a federal interest rate cut, and how actually have the markets reacted to that, right? So I'm not listening to my favorite influencers or something like that, just taking a look at the raw data and coming up with a conclusion. Let me show you here what I'm talking about. So you take a look at this, right? This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the stock market, obviously, and you are probably asking, why are we talking about the Dow Jones Industrial Average in a JASMY video? The reason obviously is that the stock market is very much correlated to the crypto market, and whatever reaction the stock market is going to be giving tomorrow is also the same reaction that crypto is going to be giving, right? So again, let's compare like what has happened in the past whenever we have had this like interest rates cut, whenever we have had this interest rate cut, and now you see another line down here. So yeah, these moments I have highlighted here is when we have had a federal rate cut, right? So in 2019 we had a rate cut, but the market pumped a little bit and then eventually dumped towards the downside. So this was 2019. Then we also had like a scenario in 2017, and in that scenario also rates were being cut here, and in that cutting phase the market actually dropped towards the downside. So that was not bullish for the market. Then in 2000 we were also seeing, right, there was a cut right here and you saw interest rates dropping, but along with that you also saw that the market was dropping. Maybe you are not seeing this very much clearly. Let me go ahead and zoom it nice and easy, and now I think everybody has a clear picture of what is happening. Maybe we can actually get away with this one here. So this is the cut, and you see what the market is doing during that cut, right? So why do people say that cutting rates is actually great for the market? Now what they're trying to say is that long term is good, because you can see here whenever we are having like constant rates down here, they're low, you also have the market really flying towards the upside, because like risk is actually 100% on right there. It was also the same situation in the bull run that we had in 2021. And in that phase, when the market had like low interest rates, you saw the market really pushing towards the upside. So that's the logic behind. But in all fairness, in the recent times that we've had, like these 3 data points that I've just shown you is the last 25 years, right? But you can go as far back as maybe this moment here in, I think this was what, 81, and you saw almost the same thing happening. Now, it doesn't happen 100% of the time, but for the most part here, my conclusion is that this actually in the short term may actually not be very good for the market, right? Now, the other reason is a little bit nuanced, right? You look here and you see that there are actually odds of what kind of percentage rate that the Fed is going to be cutting tomorrow. So people are pricing in something like a 50% basis point cut, and that's actually 60% of the people believing that, and I know another group of people are pricing in something like a 25% basis points. Now what this is going to be creating is just a narrative and an excuse to say that, oh look, the Fed only cut by 25 basis points, so that was not very much bullish, and the market dumped towards the downside, if they cut by 25 basis points. Now, if they cut by 50 basis points, people are going to be saying, oh yeah, there are probably problems in the market. That's why the Fed is actually rushing to cut interest rates. So one way or the other, I think that this event is actually not going to be great for the market. Now, I will 100% accept it if I'm wrong, because I don't want the market to crash toward the downside, but I don't want anybody to lose any money. But I really have to expect this if I'm going to be honest to myself. And of course, you guys have known me, you subscribe to my channel, meaning that you actually appreciate what I come here and say. So why should I actually come here and tell you things that I don't believe, right? So this is my honest opinion and what I believe is going to be happening in the days, tomorrow and a few days after that. So immediate short term, I think that this is bearish for the market. Is it great news? Definitely not great news, but it is what it is. Now, as I said already, I'm 100% okay if I'm wrong about this, because at least I'm saying my own opinion. If I lose subscribers, okay, no problem. If I get dislikes, it's okay still, right? So coming back here to the JASMY price set, with the idea that we are saying that, look, the market is actually overly bearish for me, at least in my own opinion, right? What are the things that I'm looking for here on the JASMY price set to say, you know what, I want to make money in either direction, right? Whether the price moves towards the upside or we have a bearish market in the next coming weeks or something like that, right? Because one way or the other, as a trader, as an investor, I just can't sit back and say, okay, the market conditions right now are not conducive for me. I have to create conditions which I can use to my own advantage. So here, basically, with the JASMY price, that there are some things which have remained constant over time, despite what has been happening in the market, right? So let's go ahead and get rid of this pattern. And I'm going to be calling, the most important moving average that we see here on the JASMY price, and that's the 50 daily moving average. For context, maybe you haven't watched the channel in a long time, you want to get refreshed a little bit. The bottom line here is that if the JASMY price is trading below the 50 daily moving average, this usually doesn't turn out to be a great moment for the JASMY price. That you can see what is happening here below the 50 daily moving average. You can also see the instances why there, even way before, whenever you are breaking below the 50 daily moving average here, it has been actually catastrophic here for the JASMY price set. Not so much in the recent a few times, because JASMY has been in a net uptrend. So those times that we have been below the 50 daily moving average as well have actually been much more limited. So yeah, we have got one condition there. The 50 daily moving average is something that we want to take a look at and focus on very much. And secondly, we also want to take a look at the RSI. We see that here, during those moments when we are below the 50 daily moving average, we're also seeing that the RSI is failing really to get above the 60 mark. So this was probably the same situation here, same situation here, same situation here. And where we are sitting, actually the latest rejection that we got here from the JASMY price was also the rejection on that, RSI on a daily time frame. So we have two conditions right now, and what we want to see, if JASMY is truly going to be turning bullish, is JASMY, number one, breaking above the 50 daily moving average. Number two, JASMY having an RSI which is trending above the 60 mark. Really, it is that simple, right? Let me repeat the conditions one more time. We want to see JASMY breaking this 50 daily moving average right there, right? And secondly, we want to see the JASMY price breaking this bar here around the 60 mark, trading above that level there. This is confirming that JASMY is actually in a bullish stand. Now, just as the icing on top of the cake, we also want to see that the EMA ribbon is being broken towards the upside, because that was also a condition that we have seen along with the RSI and the moving average there, the 50 daily moving average, that if we are breaking above this EMA ribbon, that is good for the JASMY price, that it marks that JASMY is in a short-term bullish momentum. So these are the things that we want to see. But what happens if we don't see those things, right? It means JASMY is bearish. And how can we make money when JASMY is bearish? We have to be shorting the price. So I have already created a strategy, and I was actually talking to some Patreon members earlier this morning, and we are planning to execute the short positions as we see fit, by the way, with exact take profits and targets, leverage and stuff like that in the coming few days, as we see things panning out here on the JASMY price. Right now, I cannot go ahead and start sharing exactly the points where I'm looking to sell or buy, because nothing has actually been confirmed. Let's see this event play out a little bit, and according to that, we are going to be reacting very much strongly, right? So you see that we have got a plan in either direction, whether the price is going to be pushing towards the upside or the price is going to be breaking towards the downside. So yeah, these are the things that I'm looking for here on the JASMY price set, and those are the three conditions that I think you should also be considering a little bit. It doesn't say that I'm 100% right or I'm wrong, but I know that these are the things that have worked in the past, and most likely, if history is to repeat or rhyme, these things are actually going to be very much important and significant, right? So I just want to, invite you one more time to this special toolkit that I prepared over the summer for you. This basically is to help you to become an independent chart analysis. For example, we have actually been saying that, everybody has been saying that interest rates, the cutting interest rates is bullish for the market, but the data is suggesting otherwise. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't know how to read charts, you don't have a choice. You have to believe the next thing that your next influencer is telling you. But I think it's very important for you to be able to sit down and look at the charts yourself. If you're going to look at another person's opinion, yeah, that's good as well, but at least you have something for yourself. So this is the toolkit that I prepared for everybody in this summer, so that you can become obviously an independent trader and a successful one for that matter. For now, 25 people have actually joined the toolkit. That's great. 9 people have actually rated the toolkit like 4.4 out of 5. I think we need more ratings, to be honest with you. If I can say maybe something like 30 plus 40, 50 plus ratings, that is something that is actually going to be very much encouraging for me. And the good thing about the course is it's actually something that I update time and again, right? So if I see that there is a new dynamic in the market, I just add another section, and you don't have to pay extra money or something like that. So the toolkit itself is like $35, not per month or what. It's like a one-time purchase, and then you can have the course the rest of your life. So I'm talking too much about this here, but this is the kind of market conditions that we are in here for JASMY, as well as the rest of the market in general right now. Another thing that I had to point out right there is that in these instances, when we were seeing the cut happening, the market was also in a distribution phase here. So this was a distribution phase. This also looks like a distribution phase. In 2019 again, this was a distribution phase for sure. And of course, where we are sitting today, to be honest with you, also looks like a distribution phase. So let's see what eventually happened. But I'm not very much bullish on this news, to be honest with you guys. And I think it's going to take us a little bit of time to, get back into the full bullish mode. But other than that, just remember, none of what I say is financial advice, and you shouldn't be buying or selling anything because of anything I say, all right? But if you like the content, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll see you on the next one. Take good care of yourselves. Bye.